7.
Every car or truck consists of thousands of parts, but most of those parts are not made by the companies that actually assemble the vehicle. They come from companies known as component suppliers. But how important are these parts makers, and what roles do they play in actually designing and building your new car? In the days of Henry Ford and the first mass production assembly lines, car makers made most of their parts. In some cases, raw materials went into the plant at one end and a finished car came out at the other. But today, most automakers make less than a third of a vehicle's parts. That allows them to shop around for the best technology and price from a wide variety of parts or component suppliers. These are companies big and small that supply parts either directly to vehicle manufacturers or to other suppliers that include them in major systems like suspensions and drivetrains. One of the biggest suppliers of automotive components and one of the oldest names in the American automotive industry is Eaton. With a history that dates back to 1911 and the earliest days of the car, Eaton Corporation is best known for its differentials, superchargers, and just about everything that puts more power to the ground, both for faster acceleration and better grip for off-roading or just getting around in bad weather. But Eaton is also an industry leader in a wide range of components, from basic engine parts like valves and cylinder heads to sophisticated automatic transmission controls and fuel-saving cylinder deactivation technology. They even make actuators for power-folding mirrors. Recently, Eaton staged an unusual all-day press and industry event called Live Drive to showcase their broad-based technology that goes into millions of new cars and trucks each year. At Live Drive, you could actually test and compare different technologies to determine what components might best meet consumer needs. Do they need a locking differential, or will a simpler limited slip do the job?
The consumers today are very interested in performance products, and they're interested in enhanced traction modifying differentials to have better performance, so they have the confidence to get out of difficult situations that they may encounter.
But Eaton is not just about supplying parts for new cars. For decades, they've been immersed in personalized performance, the customizing done after a vehicle leaves the assembly line. It's a huge and growing market as everyone wants their car to be unique. So providing components that enhance a vehicle is also an Eaton focus. Live Drive even provided a chance to show how classic performance hardware like superchargers can keep up with today's fuel-efficient times.
The sweet spot for superchargers is to take a smaller engine, and we think that the consumer is still going to want that power, but we can deliver the power and fuel economy on smaller engines.
And there is even more to this story than what parts are available today. Component suppliers are in a constant race to stay ahead of the needs of car and truck buyers. They're working on components right now that in some cases may not be available in new vehicles for another 3 to 5 years. And that requires a close give and take collaboration with other suppliers and the car manufacturers.
It works both ways. Sometimes we'll have an idea that we've been working on in our labs, and in that case we would approach them and say, look, we have a great idea here that we think will help you, but we also supply the data that goes with that to quantify the benefits.
So when you take a new car out for a test drive, when you shift it into gear, remember that a new car cannot deliver a satisfying experience unless every component, every part delivers flawless performance. And while it may be true that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, when it comes to new car quality, every part has to add up.